Welcome back, folks. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. Every business day at about 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we bring you unusual activity as well as some of the sentiment that we've stripped off of the Reddit boards and so forth, Twitter, and we provide it for you as a guide to what is going on in the markets. Where is that smart money being invested? So without further delay, this is 3 at 3 for the 9th of August, 2021. Our disclaimer says that every investment involves risk, which is probably one of the truest things you will hear anywhere today, and that intellectual property rights are, but not limited to, patents, trademarks, copyrights, and registered marks on almost everything that you're about to see. Please share it with your friends. Please sign up on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Market Rebellion, and you can subscribe for free to get all of our recordings, not just this, but the Daily Crypto Bite, Pete's The Take, some of our interviews with luminaries in finance, as well as some of the Market Rebellion roundtables. You get all of that for free. Just go to YouTube and type in Market Rebellion, and please click the subscribe button. This was one from Friday that's already worked out pretty nicely. It is Bank America. As you see, Bank America was just sub 40 at that time and today, and they had bought 12,500 of those August 40 calls. Today, Bank America is moving higher, and I have already anyway, taken some profits because that's how I like to trade. The option spread that I put on doubled, and so I was able to take that off. So I'm sharing it with you now. The stock has been as high as 40.96 today, as you see from this graph, 40.82 just minutes ago, and trading towards the upper end of its range today, right around 40.96, which I said was the high. And pushing to the 52-week high, which isn't that much further away. Bang. There is one of my BTC 20,000 hats. Yeah, everybody thinks, oh, you just have Dow 19,000, Dow 21,000, Dow 25,000 hats. Nope, we also had the Bitcoin hats. Those Dow 19,000 hats pretty much looking like this Bitcoin 20,000 hat, because the Dow, of course, is 35,000 now, and Bitcoin is 45,000. So both of those kind of left in the dust, but just kind of sharing with you that there were doubters even then, people asking, well, where's your hat now, Doc? There it is. This was early activity in Mara, which is Bitcoin related. Of course, they are a huge miner, and they had already bought. On that far left side of your screen, you see those two arrows, the one large, the one small, just kind of highlighting what happened in the first half hour of trading today. On the far right side, those are the strike prices, and this is only for calls. So this is, again, from our heat seeker. We're seeing, days to expiration, in this case, 10 to regular August expiration. In the case of contract size, in the case of bids and asks, and ask implied volatility, that's AIVOL. You see where the vol is, it's up around 120%. This one worked out nicely early on, and we were able to take some fat profits. This one also, bang, worked out nicely, Riot Blockchain. And another one that's been working pretty nice for us is our Voyager. Voyager Digital is up another 4.67% today. It's at 1745. Now, I would encourage you to pull up a chart just from the last month, because the middle of July, this thing bottomed, Voyager did, at about $10 a share. So it's up an astonishing 70% since then. And knock on wood, we've got some. We are also investors, both Market Rebellion and Pete and I personally are investors in Voyager. and they're going to be our partner in launching stock, options, futures, crypto, as far as that platform, which I know a lot of you have been asking about. So with that said, let's talk about Pete and AJ, because they're going to be coming your way on Wednesday, August 11th, 4 p.m. So literally right at the market close, Pete and AJ are going to be diving into summer's hottest stocks. If you would like to join free and you'd like to be able to trade on this information the very next day, you've got to subscribe. If you subscribe, not subscribe, I'm sorry, you have to sign up. You have to sign up on Market Rebellion. And if you do that, then you will indeed get access to this on Wednesday live. If you don't do it, we will publish this Thursday, and many of the people who are part of the webinar will be ahead of you. So if you'd like to get that, sign up. Just go over to Market Rebellion sometime today, tomorrow, before Wednesday for sure, and sign up. These usually are filled. I'd say sell out, but we don't charge for it. So these are usually filled by the day before. So if you really like to join them live, we only have 20,000 slots. So please go over there. That's marketrebellion.com, and you can sign up. All right. First of today's 3 at 3 is Snap. And Snap stock was 76.67 earlier today. I put on this trade that I'm about to detail for you. As you know, I do not trade the way out of the money calls. It's not that it's a loser's game. It's just that at this stage in my trading career, I don't need to swing for the fences. I'm perfectly happy going for 50%, 100% gains. Now, to some of you, you might say, wow, 50 or 100%, and you're not swinging for the fences? No. What I'm doing, folks, is I'm putting on call spreads, and I am then taking advantage of what the market gives me, rather than buying that out of the money call for 75 cents. There is nothing wrong with buying that call, and that call could go to $3. And if so, you tripled your money from 75 cents to $3. Great for you. I will make double or triple my money by going into the at the money calls and selling upside calls, because that's the way I like to play it. Like I said, I think I moved the odds into my favor further playing it that way. And let me see here. Let me give you a quote for SNAP, where that spread is right now. So first of all, the stock has moved up by about $1.40 to 78.01. I'm sorry. And those options are, and these are regular August expiration options, folks. Those options are, because how do you know? Because, oh no, I'm sorry. They're the, whoops, wrong one. There we go. See how there's no number in front of August? That means regular expiration. That other one that I jumped to, Novavax, which I'll get to, says the 13th. So that's this Friday as far as Novavax. But let me not confuse you more than I have already. The August 83 calls with the stock moving up to 77 and change, 78, I guess, 78.01. Those options, the 83s have moved up to 93 cents. 45,000, more than double the number you see on your screen. It was 20,000. It is now 45,000. 45,000 contracts changing hands at that 83 strike. Great. So you're already up from 75 cents to 93. Feels good. But if you, on the other hand, buy the at the money like me, and you paid, for instance, $2.90 for the 77 calls, and you're looking, so $2.90, and you could sell these 80 calls for right now $1.75-ish. So that would mean that you paid $1.15 for something that can go to $3, and it's already now in the money. I like it. And I'm not asking the stock to do as much. I'm not asking for it to explode to the upside. Just keep on your track that you're on, and I'll do just fine. That's a look again at Snap. There you see it trading at the high of the day, 78.01 just a little bit ago. 8 million share turnover. Novavax, these guys, of course, have had to delay approval of a couple of their COVID treatments. That was because they didn't get the numbers they needed out of their tests. And so they had to go back to the drawing board, not back to the very beginning, but back. And because of that, the stock traded down. You might recall me on the 60-second videos, I think it was just a week ago, talking about that. And let's see, how low did that stock get over the past, let's say week? Let me see, 5-day chart here. Yeah, there it is, falling off from $240 a share on last Thursday into Friday, fell all the way down beneath 190. Ouch. Well, guess what? It's making a comeback. And the stock this morning was 203 and 60 cents. And we saw this unusual activity, 5,700 of the 13th of August, 220 calls. Okay. So we see that and we want to react to it. Again, these are options that expire this week. So when you do react to it, you generally want to react quickly because you got to take your profits when you have those profits in front of you. So those 220 calls were purchased for $3. Those calls right now are, with the stock at 210, $7 higher than where it was. Those 210 calls are now $6.25. They've been as high as $8.50 today. So you already doubled your money. If you were with us early on, if you were a subscriber, for instance, tease, you would already be up double. You're up 100% in the trade. On the other hand, if you're me and you bought something more like the 205s and sold an upside call as we rallied, you're also a very happy camper. And again, you're not asking the stock to outperform. And my calls are $5 in the money now. Now, to give you guys an idea of how I like to do that too, I like to note here that the calls that they were buying, they being the smart money, were buying were the August 220s, and they paid $3. What I will try to do is simulate the same sort of upside without asking it to make so much of a leap. So in other words, let me pull up and see where these options are trading now. So I was long those 205 calls, 205s on the day, when early in the morning, when the stock was 203, those calls opened at 505. I was able to get them for $7. So knowing that I want to pay a net of $3, then I look at the upside and say, okay, what strike can I sell against these and get basically a net of $3 or less on this trade? And as it turned out, the 212.50 calls opened at $4.48. They screamed up to 11. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I bought the one call at 7 and sold the other call at 11 and took in a $4 credit on that trade. No, I'm not going to tell you that at all. But I sold the 212s and the 212.50s. I think it was 212s as well. Let me see. I sold the 210s and the 212.50s. So the 210 calls, as it rallied, I was able to collect a nice fat, believe it or not, $8.50. So I did it for $1.50 credit on that one. They traded to $12.25. So I'm not exactly telling you, oh, I was a genius and I sold those things up there over $10, put it on for a $3 credit. No, I didn't. I got $1.50 credit out of it because, of course, if I paid $7 and sold them at $9.50, that's $1.50 credit, right? Well, and you got no upside risk because you're 1-to-1, and you have no downside risk because you've already got the $1.50 in your pocket, and that 7-10 spread is worth $3. 5-10 spread is worth $5. So if it closes over 10, I would keep the $1.50 credit, and I would have $5, the differential between 205 and 210. So I could turn that into a $6.50 profit. Kind of catching on to this now? Yeah, that's why I like to move the odds into my favor, as I always talk about. Now let's talk about the third and final of our 3 at 3 today, Vroom, which is, of course, a competitor against CarMax and those guys. VRM, VRM Vroom, and gosh, what's the one that delivers Carvana? They deliver cars to you, or they have car vending machines and things like that. Exceedingly popular during COVID. So Vroom, bullish calls, stock's $38, right? They're buying 4,000 August 40 calls. You already know the deal. If you've been listening, I don't buy the August 40 calls. What would I buy instead? Well, let's see. In this case, there were August 3750s, and I bought those August 3750 calls because, again, I wasn't able to get as many of these, unfortunately, because either our subscribers ran them up or ran up prices of other options, and I was only able to get a small trade on here, so I shorted some puts. That's a deep end of the pool trade, not recommending it, but I shorted some puts. The puts did work out. I'll probably take them off soon, but I shorted some puts because obviously puts go down as the market goes up, kind of like bonds. As bonds go up, yield goes down. Well, puts go up in value if the market drops, but puts go down in value if the market rallies, and the market has rallied. How much? Well, let's see. There it is. Rallied up to $39. So you have about $1 rally out of the stock. Those puts that I sold compressed. I wasn't able to get as many of these 3750 calls as I wanted, but those calls presently are trading with the stock here at about $3.50. So not a bad deal. Bought those, sold upside calls against it. Bang, but not as big as I wanted to, because I usually trade 100 lot. I went in to buy 100, couldn't get them. Only a total of about 100 of these have traded today. So the real volume is on that next strike, that 40 strike. Let me see where that is. 4,500 of those have traded so far today. And the 4250s, a little over 500 of those. So those are our 3 trades for today, folks. If you have questions, please direct them to us here at Twitter, at Jon Najarian. That's at JONNAJARIAN. Just include me in whatever question you have, and I'll try to get to it on air. I'll be on air, in fact, tomorrow for CNBC's halftime report. So please tune into that, noon Eastern time tomorrow. And of course, if you'd like to get started with Market Rebellion, go over to marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. We can teach you about stock, options, futures, crypto. You get the idea. We've got distance learning. We've also got programs that will help you with a coach or a mentor if that's what you'd like. In other words, sort of like private lessons instead of group lessons. You get the idea. Yeah, they are more costly, but some of us learn better one-on-one. And if you'd like that, we have that. Thank you very much, folks. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for the 60-second workout video and then on the halftime report.